American Dream is a true story of French basketball agents Bouna and Jérémy. No one would have bet on Jérémy, stuck behind the counter of a video store, or on Bouna, who cleans airports. With no money, no connections, and speaking painfully poor English, who could have predicted that they'll one day become big-name agents in the NBA? What they lack in experience, they make up for in audacity, or remaining true to their credo, doing business with a human touch. Scouting raw talent while improvising their way up, they'll fake it until they make it, chasing their American dream and the multi-million-dollar contracts. The American Dream is directed by Anthony Macchiano, and he has directed films such as The Brats and Play, and The American Dream was released in French cinemas on February 18. The American Dream is one of those underdog drama that, of course, straight away you know where it's going to go, you know what the ending is going to be, but the journey, this film is very much about the journey, and the journey in this film is very entertaining, very lighthearted, very funny, very engrossing, and I highly recommend checking out this film, The American Dream. Bouna and Jérémy, here played by Jean-Pascal Zadi and Raphaël Quenard, they're very similar. They meet in a pickup game of basketball on the street, and they play the street game very seriously. Like they get in, like in the huddle, go, "Oh, we have to do this, and then the other players are like, "Well, what the hell are these guys doing?" And they end up connecting that way. They decide to partner together to start their own basketball agency, and it's very hard going at first. They have their offices in the back of a dry cleaning shop, and they in a lot of debt. They have to borrow a lot of money, and pretty much they're in pretty much the whole movie until the end of the movie they're in debt. It's not until about halfway through the movie when they finally, one of the players that they've scouted has signed a contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. For me, with sports films, for me to be engrossed in a sport film, or I think it has to get the sport and the details right. And this film, I was actually quite surprised how, especially because it's a French film, I was surprised how much it gets right. Like I've seen American movies that have predicted, they have like true stories about the NBA or fake stories about the NBA, and they just get like small details right. It just doesn't feel off. It feels strange. But in this film, it's a French film, and they get all the details about the NBA and the players and where they came from, and the draft process, and about how much money it takes, and the scouting process. Every single detail about the process of getting a player, international player, to the NBA, felt like very realistic, and that's one of the reasons why this film works so well. And another reason why this film works so well is it balances the drama and the comedy so well. Like there's, in some scenes, it's such a very dramatic scene, and then suddenly a big twist will happen in like this. Literally, almost like every dramatic scene in the film, there's like a comedic or dramatic twist that you just won't see coming, and it's either like a light-hearted character that comes out of nowhere, or just a twist that one of the main characters, Jérémy or Bouna, are like surprised on one of their clients. So the film just really balances that comedic and dramatic tone very well. Jérémy, Pascal Zadi, and Raphaël Quenard are excellent as Bouna and Jérémy. They really like Bouna. He looks very similar to real life Jean-Pascal Zadi, and Raphaël Quenard looks a little bit different to the real life Jérémy, but they really bounce off each other very well in this film. I think it's a credit to how well this film is directed and written, that despite it being almost nearly 2 hours, it just tension and the story it never lets up. It's quick, it's funny, it's always entertaining. There's always some dramatic stakes throughout the film. I give The American Dream 4 stars out of 5. I highly recommend checking out this underdog sports drama about 2 NBA agents based on a true story. It's very entertaining. It really balances the tone between comedy and drama especially well, and it really nails the NBA and the basketball and the scouting process, how much it costs to do this kind of job, and the sacrifices and risks involved. So I definitely recommend checking out this film, The American Dream. Thanks for watching. What did you think of The American Dream? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.